Hey, what's going on? I know it's been a while since I posted, and that is for good reason, because I'm actually working on some goals for myself, sometimes, actually all the time. It's important to have goals in life, because otherwise you start stagnating and perhaps being a little bored with how you're doing. And with me, there's been some goals that I've been working on that I also intend to talk about over the months. But for now, I kind of want to keep it to myself, because usually it's true that actions speak louder than words. So just doing what you want to do and then afterwards tell people about it. It's better than saying you're going to do something and then fail miserably or something. Or at least, that's just how I look at it. So that's why I might be uploading a little less here and there, but it's not because I quit YouTube or anything. It's not like, he gave up or he stopped or he doesn't care anymore. Like, it's none of that. It's actually some interesting stuff that I think could be useful to other people over time as well that watch this channel, because it deals with some areas that I know many people are also working on in their lives and maybe struggling with. That's all I can say about it, okay? But today I wanted to talk about this concept that Neville Goddard always talked about, feeling your wish fulfilled. Because that's what I'm heavily working with for myself right now, working on these projects in my own life. But feeling the wish fulfilled, right, that's actually one part. But to actually embody your wish fulfilled is where you could say the magic starts happening, where stuff starts to get into motion for you in order to achieve something, to realize some objective of yours. So if we say, or if we look at Neville Goddard's words and descriptions overall throughout his lectures about feeling this wish fulfilled, well then ask yourself, do I actually know how to embody this wish fulfilled? Because if you through meditation reach a point where you can sort of sense what it would be like had you realized your dream, that's just one part. Is actually a very, very important part. You could say it's the most important part. But then what happens for most people is that the feeling sort of fizzles out, right? It just goes away over time again, and then nothing seems to really change long term concerning the goals that they're having in life. And that might be you, I don't know. Or maybe someone you know that's trying to apply Neville Goddard's teachings. So I wanted to suggest, have you also considered actually embodying this wish fulfilled, this new state of being that you're looking to manifest in your world, that you're looking to realize? So what exactly are we talking about here? Well, if I think about my own goals, especially in the last 10 years, I was mostly doing this unconsciously, but I would always measure sort of inside my consciousness that, okay, this is the goal, this is the end result that I'm after, that I want to achieve, and then I would adjust my own behavior according to that goal. So that's what I mean with embodying your wish fulfilled as well. So even though you might feel it and you get all like in harmony with it emotionally, mentally, you feel like excited, passionate, hopeful, full of faith that you can make something happen. But then I think it's also important to be honest with ourselves and look at how we're living on a daily basis, because if that doesn't reveal and reflect that we're actually embodying this dream that we're having, then there is a chance that it won't happen for us. So the more we learn to adjust our behavior on a daily basis according to that vision that we have, that goal, that dream that we want to realize, well, the more effectively we become at actually achieving stuff on a daily basis, on actually growing towards what we want. And that's where most people get stuck, is that they have the goal, but they don't really adjust themselves on a daily basis. So in order for us, I would say, and this is just one way of going about this, and it's pretty much how I would suggest it. And I know, because again, there's many ways of going about this, so it's not that my way is the only way, of course, but it's hopefully one that you could have some use for. Is that if you have your dream, whatever it is, ask yourself, what am I doing on a daily basis? Is that behavior of mine in harmony with that dream? Or is my behavior in harmony still with the old way of living, with the old state of being? So let me try and think of some examples here. If you, for example, were to look at someone that wants to change a habit in their lives, it might be they're drinking too much alcohol, they're doing drugs, they're eating too much food, they're not making enough money because they're just not in the right business, whatever it is. If you then look at yourself honestly on a daily basis and you're like, okay, I have this dream, this vision of being in shape. of stopping drinking, perhaps daily or all over entirely, or for not using drugs, or just finding a better way of making a living. I do like that one, of making a living, because it's something that we all specifically need to be mindful of, because otherwise life might be a little hard if there's not any money coming in at all, right? So let's just go with that example. So you're in a job that you don't like, and you're like, I want to achieve more, I want to earn more money. How am I going to do that? Well, first you're going to go into your imagination, as Neville Goddard would say, and then you learn to perceive what it is that you want. You see that end result. What sort of career is it about? What sort of income are you about? And then you learn to feel, as you would say, the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and that is by asking yourself, how would I feel if the dream were now a reality? So if I was now making the money I want to make, how would I actually feel? To be honest about that. But you see, Neville didn't necessarily always specifically describe the process and how we can unleash this feeling, unreach this feeling. And I would say you have to consider the word meditation for this process. Meditation is so good for pretty much everything in your life, because it's a way of calming down, first and all, your own senses that are normally controlling the mind, that are controlling you with all these results that are going on right now. So if your income is not the way you want it, you're aware of that through your senses, and through meditation you can calm down the senses and then reach out for that feeling. How would I actually feel if it was a reality that I was rich, whatever that number would be for you? Then, once you have that feeling, you can then start on a daily basis ask yourself this simple question. Am I acting according to my dream? So, the more clearer you make it what it is that you actually want, the more you can measure what you should be doing as well at the same time, every single day. Now, in many teachings, or well, videos I could say, in presentations, I'm well aware that people would say, well, don't worry about this or that, don't worry about taking action, it all happens naturally. But let's be honest here, like for so many people that don't even work, like saying it like that, they're just remaining stuck. So I agree with this idea for myself that I should measure consistently on a daily basis. What am I actually doing? Am I embodying this dream of mine? So for YouTube as well, I've said this many times before, it started out as an idea, having a channel on which I post videos that could inspire others on their journey through life. Well, that's all fine and all, but if I don't embody it, I would have never made any of the videos that are already on my channel, because it wasn't naturally the way I was living. You see, I entered a new state of being, one where I was producing videos of this kind. And that's how you have to look at it, I would say, with any goal we have. Am I embodying it? With weight loss it's the same. Am I embodying this new diet, for example, that I should be following, this new lifestyle where I perhaps not consuming the same sort of calories that I was that caused me to gain weight, etc. It can be a very fun and revealing game once you sort of open up yourself to this process, and don't feel bad, don't feel ashamed of your results. Don't, don't beat yourself up over where you're at. That's the thing, that's what many people do. They realize where they're at, and then they're perhaps noticing I'm not living up to my dreams as much as I perhaps should, and then they feel bad about it. Rather, you want to understand, why is that? Why am I not living up to my dreams right here in this very moment? And then you're going to find there's perhaps all these excuses and worries and doubts in your mind. And that's just a matter of getting rid of them, letting go of them actually. It shouldn't take you a lot of effort to go beyond that, especially if you keep practicing the art of meditation, of calming yourself down, so that these worries and doubts and whatever it is, this negativity sort of melts off of you automatically through that calmness of inner consciousness that you're developing. And that will make it easier also to embody your wish fulfilled. So at that point, you can on a daily basis start acting differently, more according to that dream that you have. And as you keep repeating this process, you will physically grow there. You will start to manifest and change your reality around according to that dream. And I've seen this happen to myself time and time again. Whatever the goal is, if I really do this, if I really follow this process, then yes, my goals will manifest. It has never failed me. But I will also admit sometimes, I can also be a little lazy and not feel like doing the work that I'm inspired to do, because that is what is part of that compulsion that Neville Goddard would also talk about. You fall under a compulsion to do something that is basically the universe, you could say, or God, guiding you in the right direction. But if you then, as an individual, say to that, no, I don't want to do that, I don't care, I'm too lazy today to do it, well then, you're delaying the process of manifestation in that act. So the more you can let it flow freely within through you, this feeling of the wish fulfilled, and then this embodying of your own new self, like an actor, the new persona that you would be if your dream was now reality, well, the easier and faster you're going to get there. You're going to consistently grow towards it, and your day, well, on a daily basis, your life will improve. And that's what it's all about, ultimately. Because this journey will all come to an end, ladies and gentlemen. We should not forget it. Because of that, physically speaking, right? We do want to make sure we're just spending it doing what is important to us and what is fun to us. And we can only do that if we allow ourselves to embody our wish fulfilled. So that is the process through which I would suggest you try and do this for yourself. Once you know what your dream is, simply ask yourself with an open mind and honestly, what am I doing on a daily basis? Is what I'm doing in a daily basis, how I'm acting, what I'm, acting on throughout my day, is that actually in harmony with this bigger dream? If so, then you're on the right track. If not, which sadly happens for most of us at first, you're going to have to adjust it. So again, very quickly, for example, would be like weight loss. You're like, okay, oh yeah, this is my ideal weight, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna consume less calories of this and that. I'm gonna change this around. I'm gonna work out more, and then what you're gonna find the next day or a couple days from now, people are again eating the same way that they used to. It's caused them to gain weight, etc. So the more you start to see this, the more it hopefully starts to click and easier it becomes for you to realize your objectives, just as Neville Goddard would have wanted you to do as well in your lifetime. And that's all I wanted to share with you today. And hopefully I'll be back very soon again with a new video. But as I said at the intro, I might be gone here and there for a little bit at times. But hopefully by September, though, that's kind of like the date that I'm setting. Then I can be more consistent overall again. But it might also be earlier, we will see. But at least then you guys know what's up. That I didn't leave the channel, but I do have some stuff going on in private that I want to work on. And that's, I guess that means that I'm gonna go back to that after posting this video. So hopefully until then, you'll have a great day and great success on working on your dreams as well.